Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Farming Simulator 17 mod spotlight. Today we are going to have a look at the John Deere 7R pack by AGO. Now this is available, this is the 2011 edition pack, and it does come with MR specifications as well. For those of you who play with MR like me, I'm not using MR today, but it does have an MR specification. You do theoretically require drive control. It does shout at you if you don't have drive control, as you can see there. You do also apparently need... Okay, so you need drive control, theoretically at least. Drive control, gearbox mod, and potentially even MR... No, just not MR, but there is as well MR spec available for these tractors. If we go to the shop, there are two different tractors. I don't have the full packet bought just yet. You get the 7R PSX 6.8 litre Europe specification and 7R PVX 9 litre Europe specification. The 7R, you can get a front hydraulic roll bar or standard with or without a front loader attacher, 7200 or 7215. Standard wheels 710, 70 or 42 G48 wheels, which I don't know what they are. I think there might be Goodyears. Wide tires, rear twin wheels, or a crawler track, and you can get wheel weights as well up to 1012 kilos. The 9 litre is much the same. You can get a 7230 or 7260 or 7280. Again, roll bar, front hydraulic or standard, front loader or not. Same. The tires are actually Michelin. 710, 75 or 42 G49 Michelin tires, rear twin wheels or a crawler track. And again, the same rear wheel weights. Now what I've done here is I bought one of each. We've got a 7230 with the crawler tracks, 7230 with standard tires, 7200 with standards, and 7215 with the front hydraulic, the front loader attacher, and the crawler track. And as you can see there, these mods are all made by AGO, who knows a thing or two about John Deere's. If something comes out by AGO that's John Deere, I pay attention because he knows about John Deere's. Now, also in this pack is, or should be, some front loader equipment. Yes, you got the BW15904. What on earth is this? Heavy duty bucket. Where you can attach a grapple, apparently. You got the BW16004 high volume bucket. These hold 1200 litres for this one. The 15904, the 16004 holds 1960 litres. You get a bale fork, the AB18K. You get the AB112G pallet fork and the H480 front loader itself. Now, I'm not going to buy and attach all this stuff and make sure it works. I'm going to presume it does. AGO tends to do a very good job at making front loaders and stuff work. You also, I think, get some weights. Yes, you get the John Deere front weight. And is there anything else in the pack? If I just go over to brands and go into John Deere... that is the entire pack, and you get a little spoiler of what's coming up in the next video. Or possibly another video this week. Now, in cab, if I press... Is it Alt it's been bound to, or is there IC? Oh, there is. So you can open the left door, activate the blinkers. Let's close the door. It's not push and hold, it's just press and it works once off. The doors do have sounds. There is cab sound in this as well. You can turn on the lights from here. You can move the steering wheel console, manual ignition, and you can move the steering wheel console up and down. What's this? Lower back, which I think lowers the hitch on the back, but possibly. You can toggle PTO, activate, lower the front. Green star, you can turn on and off. Front work lights. Diff locks, 4-wheel drive, and yeah, you can toggle the diff locks from in here as well, so you don't need drive. Well, you do need drive control, but you don't need to use your key bindings. You can also turn on the hazards from in here. Is that about all you can do? I would presume there's going to be something to open that sunroof, but I can't get to it because I don't have head tracking currently. It's currently a bit broken. And as well, open the rear window, and that looks like it in terms of IC, so you can do a whole lot in IC. And I did see that there was some stuff in here as well. That's front loader, This I don't know what it is. Oh, that's for the grapple, and this is for something else as well. I'm not entirely sure what these three controls are for. But let's enable cab suspension and go in cab. We'll just see how this works. Drive over some bouncy stuff. Okay, let's disable cab suspension. Oh! I'm not entirely sure how I've moved there, but I've moved and now I can't get back. Okay, so there's some sort of weirdness going on there with the camera. Can I... That's definitely different. But you can see that this is definitely reasonably well detailed. I think it is a... I've been told at least it's a rework of an older mod by him. You can... Ooh, the tracks are a bit wibbly. Tracks are a bit wibbly indeed. Where did they start wibbling? As you can see that the tracks kind of wibble off to the left and then to the right, and I'm not entirely sure why that is actually. They do wibble a bit. The colours are probably about as close as correct as you can get. Let's just check if all the lights are working as they should. Those beacons are working. Yep, you can turn on all the lights. There's 4 different stages of lights. So stage 1 is just these 8 lights on the front. Stage 2 turns on the 6, 7, 8 lights at the rear. Stage 3 turns on an additional 4 lights at the front. Stage 4 turns on an additional 2 lights. And what does the high beam look like? So the high beam turns on the 2 lights at the very front as well. Can I just activate the high beam? No. Ah, you can just activate it. That's cool. That's something I didn't know about FS17. By the way, for the high beams, because a lot of people don't seem to know this, if you press Ctrl and F, you can activate high beam headlights, which gives a much more narrow band than just turning on normal headlights. Looks a lot dimmer, but it does illuminate just a bit farther. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press Ctrl D and get this thing dirty. We'll have a look at the dirt skin. And okay, so that was... This is full dirt. And I'm going to say this dirt skin for the most part makes sense. I've never gone on dirt skins that for some reason have the roof image 12, but do you know what? I'll let it lie with this. I'm sure there's a reason. But for the most part it is, you know, almost completely brown where it would be completely brown in real life. Namely the body shell itself. I pressed the wrong button. And of course when it's clean it's lovely and shiny, but as it gets dirtier, I keep pressing the wrong button, as it gets dirtier you can see the shine kind of disappearing under the mud as it would in real life and coming back when you wash it. And if you're wondering how I'm getting Insta-Dirt like that, is a mod called Creator Tools, which I strongly advise pretty much everybody to have if they plan on doing like any sort of mod testing effectively. Let's try one of these with the tires on, just see if there's any difference in how it feels or how it behaves. It definitely seems like a tractor that's going to behave a lot better with MR, because it does seem a bit, as you can see, a small bit light. However, that is something that Ego honestly is kind of known for, is his tractors behave a bit bizarrely if you don't have the correct mods installed. With this I am almost 100% certain you can get away with not using Gearbox mod, because I'm going to be using this without Gearbox. But maybe it is best served if you do play with MR, or if you do at the very least play with drive control, so you can alter diff locks and get kind of the full usage out of the tractor. Again, the ooh, can I... Oh, there is no sunroof. There's what looks to be a sunroof panel inside, but that's actually not a thing. You can... Ah, you see, there's the rear 3-point. It actually interacts with the... got this in just the wrong place here, I think. You can raise and lower the rear 3-point from outside the cab as well. If you're in just the outside... Can you do it outside here, even? It looks like you might be able to, actually. Definitely it's doing something. Enable IC and... Oh wait, is it? For the... Don't try and run near this, because it will stop you dead. Because you can open and close the door from outside the cab. That's actually really nice. Something that always annoys me a small bit, but do you know what? It's really nice. Let's actually get the front weight and just see how this attaches up. It should be... Where is it? There it is. We're gonna need a tractor that actually has the hitch for the front weight. And it looks like I'm going to just bash the 7215 out of... Ooh, I can't. You have to move this just so I can get to the front weight. We'll see how that attaches, then we'll... we will actually try and attach all the equipment. Just see how it looks. So there's a front weight on. It's a slightly different shade of green, I'm noticing. But again, it's pretty well detailed. You can see Ego is very smart. This is actually a really interesting thing. I can tell you this from kind of experience with mods. This grill here is actually 100% solid. There are no holes in the grill, there's holes in the texture. And that's a really smart way of giving the grill look without having a trillion polys in your mod. And you can see here that it's not actually 100% smooth on the bonnet, but when you look at it from a reasonable distance, it suddenly becomes a lot smoother. It's just a little trick of using normals and using shading, and again here you can see that it is reasonably blocky and janky, but if you look at any reasonable distance away, it suddenly turns into being smooth. It's a little trick that a lot of modders use. I think a lot more should. Is instead of putting all of the polys ever, just kind of make your mod in a way that it covers up the jankiness. Or if you use Blender, the easiest solution is to use smooth shading. So let's get one of everything here, and we'll see how it looks. Are these cheaper than the in-game ones? They are more expensive, but I think they hold slightly more. So you're going to be paying a bit more for the John Deere badge, like you would in real life. Because these are going to do pretty much the same thing as standard in-game equipment. So let's attach... We'll have to attach this all one by one. I'm not going to get multiple tractors with multiple front loaders, so we'll just see how this works. I like that the hoses actually go into the right socket there. Front loader maybe looks a bit weird on this machine, but this is apparently a heavy duty front loader, so maybe it makes a bit of sense. So it's just got standard controls for the front loader, which is always nice. And every piece of equipment looks, more or less like it fits. Is there anything special about, because I'm kind of curious, anything special about this bale fork that... Yes, this bale fork actually has a locking script. So when you're using it for bales, you don't need to worry. Does it have full collisions? It has full collisions and a locking script. That is... I like that. I like seeing that on a bale fork. I may end up using this pack for baling at some point. And is there a locking script then on this? No, but it does look quite nice. It's nice to not have the plain black stuff, and I know you can colour up the in-game stuff, but you're gonna just go with whatever colour is quickest and easiest. So 90% of front loader equipment you're ever gonna see in-game is black. What does the track say there? Zuidberg West track. Interesting. So they're kind of custom made for this mod as well. And all the hydraulic linkages do kind of hook up nicely as well. Some nice thought and detail work gone into this mod, and Possibly too much if you argue one way, possibly... Ah, good. I was a bit worried when I saw the generic pictures for the mirrors, but they do work correctly. It's always a concern when there's generic pictures. Ignore the fact that the... Actually, let me fix that. Ignore the fact that the radio is showing as being on, because it doesn't work. I've intentionally got it switched off everywhere. But yeah, this is a really, really nice pack. It's something you should download. The only major negative that I have, and the biggest negative I have to say about this mod and this pack, is that Ego, for whatever reason, insists on using an uploaded link, which uploaded is notorious for having a lot of spyware, a lot of malware, a lot of viruses potentially associated with the site. And that's always something that I'm going to kind of warn about. I've just realized that I'm recording my microphone twice. That's not good. You can tell it's my first video back since Christmas, so you're going to get kind of the inbuilt volume on this video, and next video you're going to get the actual edited down volume from Audacity, because I can't get the mic out of this video now. Nuts. But uploaded, I don't like it. I really don't. It just never sits right with me. But that is going to do it for today, guys. I will leave you by saying this is definitely a mod worth downloading. Albeit uploaded, so you're going to have to wait a while to get it downloaded. But you definitely should. I've been RainbowDave. This has been your Farming Simulator 17 mod spotlight. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.